Hi, I'm Clark Neal.
And I'm Susie Neal. Welcome to the Ingles table. Today, we're going to be showing you how to make and prepare our cherry cobbler.
And we got all of the best ingredients at our local Ingles, so let's get started.
All right, this is unlike any other cherry cobbler you've had.
That's right, because we made this recipe up.
We did. It's easy and delicious. It's summertime. You don't want to spend too much time in the kitchen. You want to be out doing things with your family and your friends. I'm going to start by making the topping.
Okay.
I love self-rising flour, which is what we're using today. It's already got your leavening agents in, so you don't have to measure those out. Got a little bit of granulated sugar, just a little bit for sweetness. I'm going to whisk it all together.
And a quick tip, check your self-rising flour expiration date on the bag. It's got the leavening built in. If it's expired, pick up a new bag so this crust will rise properly.
You're right. See, you do know how to bake. Clark always says, I don't know how to bake. You're the baker in the household. But he knows.
I listen sometimes.
Here's where our cobbler differs than other cobblers you may have seen. Instead of taking time to cut up butter and fold it in, we're using heavy whipping cream. I'm gonna do a little utensil change, pour in my whipping cream, and then stir it with a spoon. And that's it for what goes into the topping. While I'm stirring, do you want to tell us about the filling?
Sure. So we started with Laura Lynn canned cherry pie filling. So we're gonna add some ingredients to this to bring it to the next level. I've got some light brown sugar, got a pinch of salt.
It helps balance the sweetness when you put that, just that little wee bit of salt.
It doesn't make it taste salty, but it adds a little depth of flavor. I'm gonna add some vanilla extract.
Measure that with your heart.
There you go, about a teaspoon. The recipe will have the actual quantities, and this is maple syrup. This adds a layer of complexity and a little bit of sweetness to the dish. The cherry pie filling is already sweet, so you don't want to add too much sugar to it. But adding these fresh ingredients to a canned pie filling makes it your own and also just amps up the flavor.
It just elevates it, like you said.
So we're just going to stir these ingredients in.
Looks great. We're going to help you out right over here.
We are going to put this in a 9-inch pie plate today. This is 2 inches deep.
That's an important thing that Clark just said, 2 inches deep. Sometimes your 9-inch pan will be 1.5 inches. If you do that, it's going to bubble over. So just be aware of what pan size. You could also use a 9x9 square.
Well, that's it for the filling. I'm going to dump this in. We pre-sprayed this with nonstick cooking spray.
That looks so good. It's so fresh and patriotic looking, the red, white, and blue.
This just screams summer to me.
It does. And we didn't have to pit any cherries.
No.
I don't want to have to pit cherries. We wouldn't be able to go out and have fun.
Nope. All right. That's all there is to that. I like to give this a little tap.
A little shaky shake.
No air bubbles out. And what are you doing?
Well, I'm putting the topping on. And if you think about it, this topping is like a drop biscuit.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm doing. I'm using 2 spoons and just spooning it out. Doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to bake up beautifully.
These will spread out a little bit, but it also leaves some space between the toppings so you can see that beautiful cherry filling between the golden brown crust as it bakes.
I think so too. And like I said, it's a sticky dough, but that's why you have spoons. So I'm just going to keep spooning it in. And this topping is delicious. If coming into fall, you wanted to change it up, use a different flavor pie filling.
Yeah, it certainly worked with peach cobbler, apple cobbler.
Blueberry.
Blueberries.
Blueberry. I love fresh blueberries. So I'm just making little dollops. I try to make them a similar size. It's going to be pretty. It's going to give it an interesting look to it.
It's also neat because it kind of denotes what a serving size might be. So you want everybody to have some topping and some filling. Now while she was doing that, I melted a little bit of butter. We're gonna brush the tops of these nice little dollops that she's got here of the topping with melted butter, because butter equals flavor and also promotes browning. It's gonna give you a beautiful brown crust.
There you go. There's your tool.
All right. We're just taking a silicone brush.
Buttering the biscuits.
That's it. And once again, all the quantities will be in the recipe on the website, so you can get that to see exactly what you need to make this delicious dish for your family. All right.
Looks pretty good.
Last step before it goes in the oven.
I like sparkle. This is raw sugar, also called
Turbinado sugar.
turbinado. I can never remember that name. But it just gives it just such a pretty little look to it. It's like little cobbler glitter.
Yeah, that's a large grain sugar that won't melt under the heat of the oven. So it's going to give it some crunch, some texture, and some sparkle, like Susie said. And all raw sugar is when they're refining sugar, they leave some of the molasses in it and don't refine it all the way out to make like you do for white sugar. So it adds another little depth of flavor too.
I love how Ingles has all of those really high-end products.
Yeah.
But they're right there on the aisle with the regular granulated sugar, the brown sugar, the powdered sugar. Lots of sugar at Ingles.
All right, we're going to pop this in the oven, let it cook. We'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, we pulled this beautiful cobbler out of the oven. Let it cool a little bit because you don't want your ice cream that we're going to top it with. You can't have cobbler without ice cream.
I think that's a law.
You don't want it to melt completely as soon as you serve it up. So Susie, you want to dish some up?
I will.
And I'll get the all-important ice cream going.
These golden brown, delicious little biscuit topping. The cherries. Oh, so red and fresh and bright.
Make that a double scoop.
You want some more?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There you go. Put it in there like you mean it, right?
Right.
Cherry on top.
And that's it. I want to thank you for joining us today on the Ingles Table.
There are so many more recipes that you can discover right here on the website.
So be sure to check them out.
And we'll see you next time.